Dr. Sumit, I just want to bring you here on the question of the DGCA and the probe itself. You have Devesh Agarwal pointing to something very logical. Fact is, there are questions for the DGCA as well, right? When it comes to this crash. Yet, who is probing the crash? AAIB, which has 2 members from the DGCA. Okay. Then we should expect a cover-up only, na? Sabko clean chit except pilots.
Shreya, we have to understand this part that in India, DGCA and AAIB is the only body who can investigate. They are not a part of Air India. The crash happened is with Air India, and Air India is not a part of Government of India anymore. It was already, with the Tatas now. So why the Air India, like DGCA, will try to cover up Air India? There is a time to time they are getting heavy penalties on the grievance which they are facing.
No, they will not try and cover up for Air India. They will try and cover up for all the mistakes they have made, all the things they should have done, they haven't done. Like acting on warnings that came one after another.
Back to back, there were penalties. They are doing a regular audits, not only with Air India. There are multiple airlines like SpiceJet. You might have heard there are multiple aircraft grounded on SpiceJet also in the past few months, and they came up in the flying after a month of audits. So why they will try to cover up? Because DGCA is a body which is very much independent right now.
I don't know why the AAIB would try and cover up. I also don't know why a body like the AAIB would leak the probe report, the preliminary probe report to the American media 2 days before it is made public in India. 2 days. I don't know why they will do it.
No, let me clear.
Clearly, they're trying to set a narrative because the Western media ran away with the narrative that pilots were to blame. So, sir, AAIB ka to workings are suspect, huh?
No, you have to understand one part. This is a preliminary report. They have given only 11 bullet points where they are going to do an investigation. But now the next report will come in another 5 months. And normally you have to understand, we have an anniversary reports we keep getting in any accidents. So we need time to investigate. It's not 1 month, it's not enough to investigate such a big accident.
Captain Amit Singh, would you want to come in here? The defense of the DGCA and the AAIB in this case is, अरे ये तो preliminary report है, अरे अभी तो एक और report आएगी, फिर एक और report आएगी जब आएगी. माहौल तो बन गया. You have already set a narrative.
So everybody was waiting for the preliminary report that this time it would be a good job and we will get to know the facts. But unfortunately, there are no facts in the report. And what the preliminary report is not supposed to do, that is give a clean chit to anybody or do an analysis. So they have already done. And the CEO of Air India has already announced that, or FAA has announced there is nothing wrong with Boeing, nothing wrong with GE. So on what basis have they made these statements? On the basis of the preliminary report, which has kind of given a clean chit and diverted the whole attention towards the pilots by not giving enough information. It is only on suspicion. If you look at the past investigations by AAIB, I have carried out 4 test investigations myself and submitted to the ministry that these 4 cases may be reopened under Rule 15 of the AAIB because I have found new evidence. And what the reply is, one single line, the reopening will not be possible or not permitted because they don't want to know the truth. There is one typical example wherein a King Air of UP government met with an accident. DGCA downgraded the accident to a serious incident. That aircraft was scrap. As per parliamentary committee, it was a piece of scrap. It was sold to a private person who rebuilt the aircraft. On the first flight, test flight, the aircraft crashed. All 4 on board and 1 person on ground got killed in Ghatkopar in Mumbai. So, and in that case, there was a CVR, of course. CVR mysteriously, 10 minutes of the CVR in the critical phases got deleted as per the report. Wow. CVR is running, stopped, then started running. So this is, and they blame the pilot. The pilot put the aircraft into a spiral when both the engines of that aircraft flamed out.
Okay.
So this is the... these are the powers they have.
Essentially brushing things under the carpet to make things look good. But the top bands on our screens are not making the DGCA look good at all. 11 Mayday calls in Indian airspace in 17 months. In 5 years, 65 technical failures while the flight was midair or was just about taking off. These are not numbers that are making the DGCA look good. What did the DGCA do about these numbers? They've put out these numbers. The Times of India asked them questions via an RTI. They were forced to give these answers. They had no option. Now I need to know what the DGCA has done about it. Because as all our panelists have pointed out to us this evening, that a crash doesn't happen in 30 seconds. It takes years in the making. Gentlemen, we'll leave it there for the moment. Thank you very much for your time here on Times Now. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, a quick break. There's more on the other side.